Hey there. Doing a little bit of gardening maintenance today. You want to go? So today I'm going to be potting up some dragon fruit. I'm going to have to bring in a special guest to help me out with that. And then also, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the Haven greenhouse that I have and why I still have it up in May. But you know what? Where are my manners? I hope you are having a fantastic day. I hope your garden is just bustling full of life and all of your flowers are blooming. And if by chance you're new here, hey, how's it going? I'm Gray. I am a Texas master gardener that has been growing for over 20 years, and I'm just here to help you grow. If you like to hang out in a nice, chill environment while I walk around and talk about plants, then consider me your guy. Now, it is currently May out here in North Texas, along with everywhere else in the world. But I know you're probably looking at me standing inside this greenhouse right now, like, Gray, you're in North Texas in May. What are you doing inside of your portable greenhouse? Well, I'm glad you asked. Let's face it, our weather has been very weird this year. I mean, we've had temperature go up and then go down. I mean, it has really been a strange spring. I mean, it's been relatively mild. We've been getting a lot of rain, which, out here in North Texas, we usually get our rain about April. But it is raining deep off into May, and we've been getting a lot of cold fronts coming through. So with that being said, I just decided to keep my haven up because it has actually been clutch for a lot of my more sensitive plants, like my dragon fruit. But now, it's funny because I say my dragon fruit, but it's really not my dragon fruit. This is actually my son's. This was gifted to my son on his birthday by my friend Paul over at Epic Gardening. Paul is the garden manager for Epic Gardening, and we had an in-depth conversation when we were working on our project out in Bangor, Maine. And I told him how my son, Gray, wanted to grow some dragon fruit. And he was like, "Oh, dude, you want dragon fruit? I will send you some propagations." And boom, he definitely sent me the props. We got them all in soil, and Gray couldn't have been more excited. This is the first time for me growing dragon fruit. And I do know enough about the plant. One, it's a cactus, so it needs nice, well-draining soil. But then also, it can't really handle the winters out here in Dallas, so I need to protect it, especially with this weird weather we've been having out here in the spring. The ups, the highs, the lows, down and back and forth, side to side. What's been going on this spring is not really good for the dragon fruit. So I've been keeping it inside the Haven greenhouse, and I'm so glad that I've been doing it because I've been getting substantial growth out of it. But alongside the dragon fruit, I also have a new acquisition because I am what we would call an ambitious gardener. Sometimes, a lot of times, I grow things outside of my growing zone. That's just what I do. And with that being said, I did acquire a papaya tree. So since I've acquired the papaya tree, I've been again keeping it inside this Haven portable greenhouse to keep the temperature nice and warm for it and humid so that it can survive our climates out here in Dallas. But the interesting thing is, with the influxes in our temperature we've been seeing, of course, we've gotten some days when we're at 85, 90, like today. It's about 85 degrees. So it's fairly warm inside the greenhouse. What I've been doing, and the reason why I really love my Haven greenhouse is because it has an exhaust fan, but not just any exhaust fan. This is an AC Infinity exhaust fan that is completely controlled by my phone, and I can set up automations. And see, now the wonderful thing about being able to control my AC Infinity exhaust fan through my phone is being able to set up these automations. So like I said, it's 83 degrees in here. I was able to go into my system and set up so that based on temperature, I'm doing it as I speak, so that's why I'm saying I can't talk and work at the same time. I can go in and set up an automatic feature. If the temperature inside of the greenhouse is greater than 95 degrees, it will actually kick on the exhaust fan. If it gets lower than 65 degrees, I shut it off. So even though the temperature has increased out here inside the greenhouse, I have the option of being able to ventilate it, and that instantly makes the temperature start to plummet inside of it. I don't have to worry about cooking anything inside of the greenhouse while I still have it up in May. Now, also, last month, I went to a little event down in Houston, Texas called PlantCon Houston. It was myself along with Andre the farmer. We had an amazing time out there. With that being said, PlantCon is also coming to North Texas. it's coming to Dallas. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and stay up to date with me because I will be heading out to Dallas PlantCon. So stay tuned for details. I'll give you more of them as they present themselves. But I digress. We went to Houston PlantCon and we put on a presentation there showing how to propagate your plants, how to clone your plants. But then we also did a grafting demonstration, which was amazing. And thirdly, I was able to sell a lot of my nursery plants. And that's again why the Havn greenhouse actually has been coming in clutch for me, because I'm able to keep all of my nursery plants and my propagations inside of the Havn greenhouse without bogging down my jungle room or my inside my house. You know what I mean? So this is really came in clutch for me, and I am so fortunate to be able to have one. I love my Havn portable greenhouse. Heck, I've had it since October, and this thing is still standing up, brand new, just as the first day my daughter and my son and I came out here and erected it. This thing is marvelous. This portable greenhouse is something that I know I'll be using for years to come. But now, I will say, next month is June, and I will be taking it down in June, because out here in North Texas, June, July, yeah, it's that heat becomes unbearable. But you know what? That in itself is a benefit. The fact that I can tear it down, store it away, and then come back to it again. Because November, mid-November, December, this booger bear is going right back up, because, of course, now that I have my dragon fruit, my papaya, all of my Monstera deliciosas out here. What else do I have? I'm going to be growing some more tomatoes during the winter, too. I definitely want to grow some more of those black creme. So the Havn portable greenhouse definitely will be going back up. So stay tuned in June, because I will be showing you how easy it is to break down and to store away. But you know what? Let's get to potting up some dragon fruit. To do this, I actually need the help of a very special guest, because it's not my dragon fruit. It's actually his. So come on in.
Hi, Daddy-O.
What's up, man? All right, look, have you seen how big your dragon fruit has got?
Mm-hmm.
It's huge, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know what? I think you should thank Mr. Paul again.
Thank you, Mr. Paul.
All right. So, what dragon fruit do you have? We have multiple varieties here, right? Do you remember?
Mm-hmm.
What's this one called?
This is Grape Pop.
Yeah, Grape Pop. So that's a big one. So we're going to get this dragon fruit along with your 4 other ones into some new soil. But you know what we need to do first?
What?
First, we need to mix up our soil. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to add in our cactus mix. Sounds good?
Sounds good, but what is this type of soil?
Well, this already mixed in here is actually just a little bit of cactus blend I had left over from a previous project. So we're just going to add to that. Gotcha. Good question, man. You want something nice, fluffy, and able to have a lot of air and gaps through it so that the water can pass through it. Because cactus don't like a lot of water, so they need something light and airy that the water can just pass through it. You ever heard the phrase, it doesn't like wet feet?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what that means?
No.
When you say a plant doesn't like wet feet, meaning it doesn't like to sit in water. Make sense?
Makes sense.
All right, so we got all of that cactus mix in there, and we're going to mix this up real good. Yeah.
And I like this feeling.
You like this feeling?
Time to mix.
Yeah, mixy, buddy. Now, do you know what perlite is?
Mix out. Well, I believe it's a part of ashes. Is that correct?
Close. Where do ashes come from?
A volcano?
That's right. So it's volcanic glass.
Volcanic glass?
Yeah.
But it's not see-through.
Well, now, no, it's not see-through. It's funny because when we think of glass, we do think of being able to, it being transparent and you be able to see through it. But this is actually little fibers of volcanic glass that's opaque, meaning we can't see through it, but it creates gaps inside of the soil to allow air pockets and for water to pass through.
But what does transparent mean?
Transparent means I can see through it. Opaque means I cannot. Make sense?
Makes sense.
Good question. All right, so now that we have the perlite in there and you're mixing it up real good, now we do want a little bit of organic matter in there. So for the organic matter, we're going to add in some Texas native soil. And we're going to only add a little bit of it because we don't want it to be too woody. We don't want it to retain too much water.
But
see,
that's a bunch.
it's not that much. All right, so you see this? See the difference? The
Mhm.
difference in this and this, right? This has a lot more wood particulate in it.
Mhm.
And that wood particulate is going to hold on to water. What's that? Big old rock?
Yeah, big ol' rock.
Throw that bad boy out of here. Eat it.
Yay!
Good job, man. All right, so we want the wood to be able to retain some of the water, but we don't want it hanging on to too much. So that's why we're mixing these two together.
More rock.
Yeah, you can throw it, man.
Yay!
All right, so you go ahead and get to mixing up, man.
Yay!
All right, keep on mixing.
Mix out, mix.
Like a guy I used to listen to. I used to make music back in the day. You know what his name was?
What?
Sir Mix-a-Lot.
That wasn't real, right?
Huh?
That wasn't real, right?
Yeah, it was real. Sir Mix-a-Lot was very famous, dude. He had a very famous song.
Was that a nickname?
No, that was his performance name, his stage name.
Okay, I'm about to eat this rock.
Okay. All right. And you know, you actually heard one of his songs when we watched that new movie, Anaconda. It said, "My anaconda don't want." You remember?
All right.
Yeah, it was in that movie. But yeah, so we're gonna mix it up like Sir Mix-a-Lot. All right. Does that look good to you, man?
Yeah.
I like it. You think it's a good consistency?
Mhm.
Look at that. Nice and well draining. That's what we want in our cactus soil for your dragon fruit. All right, so now we have our soil mixed up and everything. And the size pot that we're going from is like a quart size, and we're going to go up to a nice 2.5 gallon size. So I think this will be a nice transition for the dragon fruit. We don't want to go too big too soon because we probably will still end up potting it up one more time. Make sense?
Makes sense.
All right. Now I want to show you a little bit of a plant hack. All right. So we're going to fill this pot up, right? So go ahead and fill it up. But what we're going to do is we're going to sit this pot on the inside of it so that when we transition our dragon fruit, it'll be so much easier, dude. So go ahead and start filling. All right. Good. Got some down at the bottom. Now let's put a little bit more.
But this is actually a good idea.
Thank you.
Did you learn this from someone?
Well, I've seen Kevin do this over on Epic Gardening, but this is actually something I've been doing for quite some time because over in the ornamental plant world, we actually do this all the time. That's why I say, you know, people who grow ornamental plants and gardeners, we're the same people. We're cut from the same cloth. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
There you go. See how it's getting down on all those little gaps? We're making a perfect little hole for a transplant. All right, so
I
now,
should have known this.
yeah, well, it's okay. You're learning, dude. You're my master gardener in training, right?
Mhm.
You're my grade 2.0, right?
Right.
Because you know one day you're gonna take over the channel, right?
Mhm.
So with that being said, you know, can you say the things that your dad says in his videos? What do I say? What are some things I say?
Some things you say.
You got to say, I digress.
I digress.
Yes. And what else? What's something else I say? I can't think of one. Oh, with that being said, look at the camera and say, with that being said.
With that being said.
And with that being said, let's go ahead and pull this pot out of the middle. All right. So go ahead and pull that up.
Be gone.
Boom. Look at that. Perfect size for our dragon fruit, right?
Mhm.
So with that being said, I just said it. Let's go ahead and take one of your dragon fruits and let's move. Let's see. All right, we're going to go with the Sour Patch Kids. All right?
Sour Patch Kids?
Yeah, we're going to put that one in first, okay? Sound like a good one?
Sounds like a good one. And
now,
speaking of Sour Patch Kids,
yeah,
I was just having some Skittles earlier today.
Oh, there you go.
And Sour Patch Kids is a candy.
That's true.
And the name of this cactus is Sour Patch Kids.
That's right.
That means the fruit's gonna be yummy, yummy.
That's very true. Now, before handling a dragon fruit, remember take into consideration this is a cactus and it has little bitty thorns on there. So I'm gonna be wearing the glove while I handle the dragon fruit. And this part I'm not gonna have you do because I don't want you to get poked by the dragon fruit. Okay. All right. Now we're gonna go slowly And I'm going to grab the dragon fruit itself. I'm going to turn the pot. Look at those roots. Roots hanging out the bottom, dude. See, this is why we're potting up, yo. All right.
Those are some long roots, too.
Yeah, they're long, dude. All right, we're just going to squeeze the bottom of the pot a little bit. And we're just going to ease it on out there, right?
Easy, boy. Easy, boy.
Yeah, we're just going to ease it out because since we have those roots hanging out the bottom, we want all those roots to come over into our new pot, our new home. All right.
And this has more space.
Yeah.
Which means the roots are going to get longer.
That's right. Well, you know, cactus don't really have extremely long tap roots, but we want to make sure we have enough space. Oh, it doesn't want to give out. Come on, let go, root.
Well, it didn't seem like it was loving that pot.
Yeah, I know. There we go. Boom. We got him out of there. Let's show everybody at home. All right.
I want to touch it.
You can touch the roots. Yeah, you can touch the roots. You just don't touch the cactus. Those are healthy roots, dude.
Real healthy.
All right. Now let's transition that down into our pot. Boom. All right. Watch the cactus. All right. But you can backfill. Go ahead and backfill, but just make sure not to hit the cactus because it can poke your butt. Now, while Gray is backfilling, go ahead. Keep backfilling, son. Just make sure if you are growing dragon fruit like my son and I, make sure that, watch your face, don't get too close to those thorns, dude. Make sure that you set up the soil first. Soil is going to be one of the most important factors. All right, now we're going to take the dragon fruit and try to find a home for it outdoors. We need some place that's going to get at least, at a minimum, 6 to 8 hours of direct sunlight.
Dad,
Ray, you got a spot for me?
Mm-hmm. It's great right here because of the morning sunlight.
Perfect, son. I love it. Right here.
And because there's other plants right here.
Yeah,
so it
definitely.
Fits in.
I think this is a great spot, dude. Yeah, because like you said, as the morning sunlight comes over here from the east and starts to rise up, this area is going to get perfect sunlight. Now, I mean, right now it's about, 4 or 5 o'clock. So the sun is actually starting to move over towards the western end. So we're starting to lose a lot of light. But I like it, dude. This works.
Thanks.
Well, all right, Gray. We got which dragon fruit is this again we planted?
Sour Patch Kids.
Okay, so we've got your Sour Patch Kids all potted up and everything. For your other ones, I will go ahead and take care of those myself. Cool beans?
Cool beans. And always keep growing and like, share, and subscribe.
Good job, dude. All right, appreciate your help, man. All right, see you later.